quick video, an update on what I think about boys, what's been going on in my life, and the worst dates I've had in the past 2 years. I'm going to share with you today, so stay tuned and watch out. I'm going to see whether where I'm sitting makes a difference. Just a little bit of a tester.
Hey yo, Jason.
Oh yeah! About guy number one. What like a little list. The first guy, I met him over Twitter. I don't know what his undercover name would be. Jack? I don't remember Jack. Basically, I think, I don't know who followed who, but he was talking on Twitter and then he hopped on my number and it was like, I know he hopped on my pin because it was like BB times and he was talking on BBM. And then my mum was saying stuff like, oh, I really like you, I think this is gonna go somewhere. But I'm thinking like, alright, fair enough, like we've got to know each other, but like I've never seen you before, it's been a year, and I'm just thinking like, what if you're not nice, like what if these pictures are lying to me? And like on Twitter he would hardly have like pictures up, so I was kind of like a bit like skeptical about him. And then we used to talk a lot and I was really getting along, so I thought, okay, cool. Then he was like, oh, if I'm gonna take you somewhere, it's gonna be a surprise. Obviously I'm there thinking surprise. Imagine if I went to go and wear like high heels, red dress, I'm thinking it's a surprise. So I meet this boy in Lewisham and we get on the DLR train. And I tell you, this boy was so rude. He had no swag. He was wearing green, was it green khaki bottoms or green green jacket, I think, matching a green hat. Like, what are you doing? And then he was wearing like, they looked like Adidas trainers, but they look like Air Forces but in an Adidas format. I didn't understand. And also, I have a motto in my life that you can always tell a guy by his trainers. And if I had seen our trainers on road and he moved to me, I would be like, no, because I'm telling you ladies, the trainers that a man wears tells you a lot about his character and his personality and where he's going in life. So yeah, so obviously still I'm thinking, okay, we're going on a surprise date, whatever. So we're on the train now, we're talking, and I was telling him about I think I said something and I said something incorrectly. He was talking to me like I was in the English lesson. You don't say was, you say was not. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know he was in the English class, okay. And then throughout the whole journey kept on picking jabs, and I was thinking, wow, you're not saying what I was speaking to on BBM. Got to the surprise location now, found out it was Canary Wharf. Then my man gave me the options of 3 venues to go to. He said Starbucks, is it Starbucks, Cinema, or Nando's. Obviously I'm coming all the way from my house in Brixton. I'm not looking to just go to Starbucks when there's one in Brixton. I'm like, let's go Nando's. You know, there's Nando's in Brixton, but I need to eat some food. Obviously, like, we're like ordering out, like looking at the menu, ordering our food now. And then this cute couple walk in, and he was like, oh, I can't wait to get married, so me and my girlfriend can share platters or something along them lines. Oh, his wife. And I was like, oh, well, why would you share a platter? Why can't you just buy a meal individually? He was like, I didn't say I wanted to marry you. I didn't ask to marry you. Like, why are you jumping? Like, the boy was so rude. So after his all talk, remember he said this is a surprise date for me. Did this boy not jump in front of me in a line in Nando's and pay with a £10 note for himself and not pay for me? How dare you? You invited me out on a surprise date and then you jump in front of me and pay with a £10 note. Personally, I wanted to go home at that point, but I thought, you know, I have money. It's not even about the money, but it's the principle. You don't tell someone you're going on a surprise date and then jump in front of them and pay with a £10 note. I mean, come on. Hello, now we're ordering our food, eating, and then the boy goes, oh, I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned. Basically, you know when you like don't pay for drinks. And I figure like, this is a date. You don't be advocating that you don't pay for drinks. Like, you know, just your first impressions always count. Like, I've known you for a year, but I never met you before. Like, you're still someone I don't know, and you're acting like that. And I was thinking, this was like a date from hell. And then he was just arguing me for the whole day. Like, it was literally awful. And then when I finished the date, I sent him a text the next day. I was like, Tim, I don't even want to speak to him. The fool, what he did, because obviously I met him on Twitter, he decided to follow all my friends on Twitter and start atting them, and it was just really annoying. He kept coming up with my TL. I was thinking, like, can you move? Like, I don't want to talk to you. So I think I wrote a tweet and he was like, oh, am I indirecting for him? And I was like, if the shoe fits, then please, by all means, wear it. Then my man had to say, oh, you're just upset because when I saw you, it wasn't the same thing that I saw on Twitter. Had to get at me saying that I wasn't nice. I was thinking, you're just pathetic. Like, I found out who he was as a person. He was even shorter than me, like. So basically, ladies, be careful about who you move over to, because some people are real worries. Like, they're actually mad. They just, their life, things aren't going good for them in their life, so they feel as though they can pick on me. Like, I probably felt insulted at the fact that I was talking to you for a year, you seem like a cool guy, I meet you, you're blowing me grammar. Like, it's not even the fact that, it's the fact that you told me you're taking on your surprise date, and then you jumped in front of me and paid for £10 note. I was so embarrassed. I said to myself, I'm not meeting everyone over Twitter again. That's why my DMs are forever empty. Anyone that talks to me on my DMs, you're not getting no reception, because that experience was so off-putting. So ladies, just be careful about who you meet over Twitter. So that's the worst date, number 1. Gotta go to number 2. The next one I'm going to talk about, I kind of feel quite bad for doing this, like, but it is what it is, you know. You should have done what you did. I don't really talk to people now anyway, so I hope you don't mind me sharing this. It's all love, guys. Basically, the next person is some lovely guy that I met at a church event I went to. He seemed fantastic. He was on the stage preaching, like, man of God. I was like, yes. Like, he was even good looking, dark chocolate, as in bit of beard. Like, this one was quality, friggin' quality. He was like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna definitely go somewhere. So I was talking, he's messaged me a lot. He's a very nice guy, good heart. Like, you know, someone had a good heart. Like, every morning, good morning, how are you? Like, you know. And he was from Jamaica. Like people that when they raise their kids don't have manners, because a lot of kids, they don't have no manners. We call morning, good morning, how you doing, what you doing today? Like, I felt like I was a valued member of the person's life. Like, so obviously now found out the person has a son, but obviously I don't mind about that. Like, if you have a kid, you have a kid. Like, everyone makes mistakes in their past. Obviously it's moving on from the mistake and making things better is what matters, isn't it? Obviously, like, it's like talk out on his sons do, and talk a lot. Like, he was genuinely nice guy. Obviously I met him before and he had some small swags, and yeah. But we went on our first date, and I told you, this guy was full of it. As in, he used to be like, oh, I spot down the road, I used to get 10 numbers. Alright, good for you. Like, he's like, I asked for every girl's number, I asked, I would get it. I was like, oh, but that was the old me. I was thinking, alright, why are you sharing this with me? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really too fussed about anything things that no one really asked you. And like, I noticed that, obviously, because I'm quite a stubborn person, I do law, that I like to win arguments. Like, I feel as though I really like it when I win an argument. Like, I like to win arguments. And it was like, it was in competition, because he wanted to win arguments as well, and two heads can't be fighting. Like, you need to accept the fact that I won the argument, but no sir, he didn't want to accept. Like, so there was like a lot of like little bickering sometimes, stuff like that. And then so on our date now, I went to Pizza Express. Obviously I like Pizza Express because their pizza's back. If you're looking for date ideas, Pizza Express, their pizzas are like the Polo chicken, bangs. But where was I now? So basically we ordered, we went to a restaurant now. The boy even asked me for starters. I was thinking, this is what I mean, correct gentleman. He said, what do you want for starters? You know, most man them, it's main meal, dessert is off the menu. But mum was like, what do you want for starters? I'll just get garlic bread together. And then we started talking. Obviously I like communism, I like Karl Marx, obviously from A-level times. Obviously you don't know about Karl Marx, we know in GCSE. So obviously I'm like, oh, I'm a Karl Marx fan. I like socialism, I like Marxism. Into that, I'm into world peace, I'm into equality. Then my man started to have a debate with me about communism on my date. Like, I don't know if these men never take me to school, but first he heard about the guy was trying to teach me English, now I'm having capitalism debate on my date. Like, so obviously I'm there like, oh, like, I think like the world would be better if everyone shared. He was like, no, money drives everything around. Obviously because he's got a business, he's very business minded. We need capitalism. Like, people trying to gun me down with argument. Obviously these are just theories. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Obviously socialism is quite far-fetched, but I like the idea of everyone being equal and no one being hungry. I'm just a good person, do you know what I mean? I like people suffering. And I was like, it doesn't matter, you need to work for your money. And they're telling me that how if a woman was working a job and she wasn't happy, then she should start like a mother of four. This is the way I was arguing. A mother of four, if they have kids and they are struggling with their retail job, they should quit the job and open a car wash factory. what? He was like, alright, this means what's it on customers? He was like, oh, they'll get customer, you have to have a business, you have to be business minded. Just arguing dumb arguments. If your mother thought you to have a secure income for your kids so they will eat food. So it was just like, the argument was just very far-fetched. And then obviously I met him in church. I'm thinking a good Christian guy, and he was talking about like I think waiting on God and praying for stuff. My mum was like, oh, I don't see why people feel like you must wait on God and pray for stuff. If my child is hungry and they must eat, I will steal the bread. I'm not waiting on God. So that obviously means you don't feel like your faith in God is strong enough. And in fact, he's trying to argue me. I don't know why people are trying to put God first. So I was thinking that, wow, God, I thought you was a good man of God. Like, obviously, I'm there like, hold up. Because obviously, I'm a Christian girl, like, and I proper praise God and I believe in God. So I was thinking, hold up. Like, oh, that was a bit confusing for me. And then also, he started to tell me about how it's good to smoke weed. Like, oh, it doesn't say in the Bible you can't smoke weed, blah, 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 blah. Like, just trying to, you know, when black boys turn to scientists because of weed, like, oh, it's good for you. Like, I don't care if I don't hear anything with smoke it that's going into your body, it cannot to be good for you. Like, I don't care if it's herbs. If I start smoking grass, doesn't mean that grass is good for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't try and use it as an excuse. Like, I don't like that. My mum was like, oh, it helps me relax and escape. I'm thinking, if you got God, you should be happy. You don't need to escape. Obviously, I was thinking this boy's Christianity is not on the level that I am on, innit? So like, the date was just a complete flop. It's like, I left that date thinking, me and you, never again. And literally from that day I haven't spoken to him, and that was like last December. It's basically a year now. And yeah, I just want to tell people, people aren't always what they seem. I thought he was a good, nice guy, Christian guy, buff, everything. But obviously his mindset wasn't where my mindset was, and it's very important for people's mindset to be in the same place. No point to with someone and then you're not in the same mindset. That's why I always encourage like going out on dates, get to know the person so you know from early. I feel like if someone's not the one for you, they'll give you some signs from early. Like if your spirits are not if your spirits are not together, like in one, if your spirits are not like, I don't know, like if you're seeing things that you don't like and it's stuff that are like opposing too much, it's a sign. Like when someone shows you who they are first, please run. Like I proper choose that saying that. So I'll just advise you to like always go on dates and get to know the person first before you go into a relationship, waste a whole year and this person was not what they was. Like people always show you signs of who they are slowly, so it's up to you to pick up the signs. So ladies, I think this is what I'm going to do for today. I'm going to do 2 videos. I don't want the videos to be too long because I've had quite a lot of bad dates. So I'm going to do 2 videos today, and then maybe like next week or another week I'm going to do the rest. So this is part 1, I'm going to have part 2. But thank you for listening. Make sure you share, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever. And yeah, it's been fun. I'm going to try and be more consistent with my video because people have complained that I'm not consistent, and I'm sorry, I'm so busy that I had so much things going on in my life. But I am going to try and keep and be more persistent with my videos, like maybe try to do 1 a month or something. But yeah, comment, subscribe, like. But until we meet again, bye.